Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jai, Jai, Jai. So, welcome everyone to this class. So, today we are going to be starting the series of classes on 10 offenses. Uh, we have been chanting those 10 offenses, but possibly we have not understood the philosophy behind that. So, we'll be having series of classes to cover these 10 offenses. And before we do that, if you can open Bhagavad Gita, page 1, where we have the Mangalacharan. So we'll start with reciting the Mangalacharan prayers. You have, everyone has opened it? It's in Bhagavad Gita. Sheet. Okay. So. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौड़ भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवम्। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So today we'll be reciting the 10 offenses to the holy name. So together we'll chant. You have the sheets with you, and together we will chant all the 10 offenses. First, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy names of the Lord. Second, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the names of Lord Vishnu. Third, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master and consider an ordinary person. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literatures and pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. Sixth, to give some mundane interpretations to the holy names of the Lord. Seventh, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy names of the Lord. Eighth, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, Karma Kanda. Ninth, to instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy names of the Lord. 10th, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, which is Krishna Prem. Hare Krishna. No. So just a minor clarification. The last para which is there, every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava, this is only recited by someone, only one person. And then at the last, which is, when he says which is, then everyone says Krishna Prema. So we'll do it. I will just recite it. You will not chant it. And then when I come to which is, then everyone will say Krishna Prema, right? Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, which is so this is the system which you follow. In temple, someone will be leading it. So only they will chant this, and then everyone will join with this Krishna Prema, right? So, so now this 10 offenses which we are talking about today, there is a word called sin and there is a word called offenses. Any difference between the two? Or what could be the Sanskrit counterpart of sin and offenses? Pap and aparad. Which is pap and which is aparad? Sin is pap and offense is aparad, right? Now, are they synonyms or are they different? Different? Okay, what is the difference between sin and offense, or pap and aparad? What is the difference? Sorry?
It's very, it's at a higher level.
Okay,
Doing the wrong.
okay.
Offense is doing something wrong. Later on make it sinful.
Yeah. Yeah. So your answer has to be exact opposite.
Offense is bad. That's
Right. So the sin or pap is something which can be removed by doing prashchit. We have this prashchit. You go there, you offer something, and then you can get away with your sins, not aparad. So aparad is something which is very difficult to get away with. Since you have whole karma kanda ritual is there, you have hurt someone, you go there, you offer water, and all those rituals are there. With that, the pap or the sin is gone. But aparad is not impacted by that. So that is why this is called, this is 10 offenses to chanting, not sins. Which means this cannot be, if you perform any of these, then this is not going to be taken care of by doing some prashchit. But sorry? Yes, so it is not pardonable by the standard process of prashchit. There is methods for that, and we'll come to that. So that is why, and then aparad, we are going to cover one aparad, which is holy name. 10 offenses to the chanting of the holy name. But there are many more offenses. There are offenses to the devotees, Vaishnava aparad, offenses to the deity, and Nectar of Devotion and Bhagavatam are full of etiquettes to be followed with that. Then there is aparad for dham. When we go to Vrindavan, Ayodhya, Tirupati, there is a process to be followed there, and that there we can have aparad there. That is why it is always advised that in a dham, never stay for more than 3 days. Because we can put on a mask of being a very pious person only for 3 days. After that, our true nature will come. So before that comes, leave the dham. So that's the advice, that don't stay in a dham for more than 3 days. Because if you perform a aparadh there, the effects magnify. That's the thing. However, the advantage is that any aparadh done for Vaishnavas, deities, dham can be counteracted by holy name. By chanting of the holy name, any aparadh can be counteracted. And that is what have started happening, that people started doing aparadh or offenses and they will chant holy name. See, this also happens otherwise also. In this sense also we have seen people do perform all the sins and then they go to Ganges and they perform the prashnas and now my sins are over. And they again start performing sins. So same thing started happening with aparadha also. That people will do aparadh and then they will chant the holy name. That is when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is the guru of Srila Prabhupada, he said that holy name can remove the sins or the offenses only if it is chanted without offenses. Only if holy name is chanted without offenses can it remove the offenses. And that is why this becomes very important for us to understand that this is the offenses against the holy name. So whenever we are chanting, you have to keep in mind that we are not performing any of these offenses. And now there are 3 stages of chanting. So the stage 1 is called Nam Aparadh stage, where we perform offenses, one or more of these offenses which we are going to discuss. One or more of these offenses we perform, that is Nam Aparadh stage. Bhakti Samit Maharaj in his lecture, he had said that when we perform Nam Aparadh and Nam Aparadh knowingly, see, unknowingly there are many things that has a different effect versus performing aparadh knowingly. If we perform aparadh knowingly, then he says we have to struggle harder to do the same work. So whatever work we are doing, we have to struggle harder for that. The second thing is more unforeseen problems will come. More problems will start coming. So instead of Harinam removing the problems, it will attract problems. Things will take longer to accomplish. Whatever work you are doing, it will take more time for it to happen. People will not talk or behave properly with us. These are real life situations that Bhakti Maharaj was giving, that then people will behave in a wrong manner with us. Our level of tolerance goes down. We become irritable, angry, impatient. So these are some yardsticks of knowing how pure is our chanting. We begin to find faults with others. So these are the 6 things which Bhakti Maharaj said will start happening if we are performing aparadh. If we are performing aparadh while chanting the holy name, and he says, in general, Krishna makes everything go wrong if japa is not proper. That's the message which Maharaj was giving. And basically it is like this, our bhakti will go from full moon to no moon. Our bhakti will start dwindling and ultimately it will vanish. Instead of coming from no moon to full moon, our bhakti will vanish from full moon to no moon. So that's what is going to happen. So that's the first stage of Nam Aparadh. However, we should not stop. We should continue chanting. And as we continue chanting, we reach the next stage, which is called Nam Abhas. Nam Abhas stage is the intermediate stage, where now we are very conscious of the rules and regulations and everything. We are chanting clearly, we are hearing attentively, we are very disciplined in our chanting. So but we are not fully purified yet. So this is the Nam Abhas stage. In fact, in this stage, it is mentioned that there are in Bhagavatam there is a verse which says Sanketyam Parihasyam Va Stobham Helanam Eva Va Vaikunt Nam Grahanam Ashesh Aga Haram Vidu Sanketyam, which means even if we chant indirectly, Sanketyam, indirectly, Parihasyam, jokingly, Sthobam, neglectfully, Helanam. Helanam is Helana means with some kind of sense. He says uh, it will still, because of the holy name, our sins will slowly start getting purified. And the example given here is of Ajamil. Ajamil on his deathbed chanted the name of Narayan, which is the name of his son. It was not Lord Narayan, it was his son Narayan. But he chanted that with lot of intensity, with lot of love, lot of affection. It was directed towards his son, not to the Lord. But that had the effect that Vishnu Dutas came and saved him. So in Namhabha's stage, we are getting more and more attached to taking the name of the Lord. Right? Even though we may be performing some offenses, but we are attached to the name of the Lord, and because of which our sins will start getting eradicated in the Nam Abhas stage. So that's the second stage. And the final stage is called Shuddha Nam. Shuddha Nam stage is when we are chanting with lot of love, devotion. None of these offenses are being performed by us. That's the Shuddha Nam stage. And the example for that is Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur used to chant 192 rounds every day, and he would be deeply immersed in chanting the rounds. He would actually go and sit in a very unclean place so that no one can come and disturb him. That is why he would go sit in an unclean place and chant there. Otherwise, people will come and disturb him, so he will not do that. Even when a prostitute came to disturb Haridas Thakur, nothing happened. Because he was in that pure Naam, Shuddha Naam state. So that is the level of three levels: Naam Aparadh, Naam Abhas, Shuddha Naam. Now, all that we have to do is to be aware of this and try and avoid as many offenses as we move forward. And today, in this series of classes that I'll be taking, we'll discuss on each of those offenses in detail on what does it mean and what actions we should be taking. So, the first offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy names of the Lord. Now, this comes from Padma Puran. In fact, all these offenses actually comes from Padma Puran. So the Sanskrit for that is Satam Nind Namna Param Aparadham Vitanute Yata Khyatim Yatam Katham Yu Sahate Tu Tad Vigraham. Satam. Satam means a devotee, someone who has dedicated life for the service of the Lord. Ninda Namna. Ninda. If we are doing the Ninda of a devotee, that is an offense. And that devotee is it is called Param Aparadham. Param Aparadham means the highest of all the offenses. So that is the highest of all the offenses. So any offense which we perform against a devotee or a Vaishnava, that is the first one. First offense which is there. And it is mentioned in the Skand Puran, there are 6 kind of offenses that we can perform against a Vaishnava. And it is mentioned in Skand Puran, Hanti Nindanti Vaidvaishati Vaishnavanam Nabhi Nandanti Krudhyate Yati Na Harsham Darshane Patanani Shat. Hanti. Hanti means to physically hurt a Vaishnava. Hanti. Nindanti. Nindanti we know. Criticize a Vaishnava. Dvaishati. Envious. Na abhinandanti. Abhinandan, whenever a devotee is coming, not glorifying the Vaishnava. Krudhyate. Krudhyate is krodh. Getting angry at Vaishnavas. No harsham. Whenever you meet a devotee, you are not joyful. Arey fir se mil gaya. You should be feeling joyful. So if these are the 6 kind of offenses we can perform against the Vaishnava Hanti, Nindanti, Dveshati, Nabhinandanti, Krudhyate, and No Harsham. These are the 6 offenses we can perform against the Vaishnavas, and we should avoid all of these. Now, if the question is, one of the things is Nindanti. We should not criticize a devotee or a Vaishnava. Now, the question is coming that some Vaishnava is making a mistake. Should we not rectify them? What is the answer? If someone is making a mistake, should you not rectify them? Yes, yes. The idea here is that first principle is we should not criticize them. We should not talk to them about their shortcomings. And the logic to be used here is called sieve and needle logic. How nice it will be looking if the sieve tells the needle that you have a hole. Is it even worth anything? A sieve which is full of holes is telling a needle that you have one hole. Right? So we are all sieves. Now, then we go and tell someone, look, Mataji, that 4237, actually, it's 3136 you did. Right? We are sieves. We have no right to tell someone that you have one hole. That is what we should have in mind. That because of which we should not be criticizing other Vaishnavas, other devotees. That is what we should have in mind. Now, first is we should not criticize. Now, what if someone else is criticizing someone in front of us? What should we do? Huh? Exactly, Mataji. I think you have read Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 74, Shloka number 40 says exactly the same thing. It says, anyone who fails to immediately leave the place where he hears criticism of the Supreme Lord or his faithful devotees will certainly fall down. Right? So that's the principle, that if someone else is criticizing someone in front of you, leave the place. Next one is, however, who can criticize? Which means if Mataji is making a mistake, Prabhuji is making some mistake, they will continue making that mistake. Someone should be there to criticize. Yes. So it is someone who is more senior to them, a guru or parents. So these are the only category of people who have the right to criticize. And why do they have the right? Because they will do it out of love, not out of enviousness. Right? They have that genuine love for the person in heart. That is why they can criticize. And their criticism is for rectification. Right? So a senior devotee, guru, or parents, these are the only ones who can actually criticize. Now, if we have performed this offense, we made this offense. So what? How do we rectify? Any suggestions? This is the offense against the holy name. So now, the story to be kept in mind is the story of Maharaj Amrish and Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni performed the offense against Amrish Maharaj. Sudarshan Chakra was after him. Durvasa Muni ran all over the universe, right up to Lord Vishnu. And what did Lord Vishnu say? Go to Amrish Maharaj, beg forgiveness, and only then your sin will go away. Your aparadh will go away. Right? So that is the only rectification available, is to beg forgiveness from the same Vaishnava, same devotee, for having performed this offense. And only when he forgives you, and Vaishnavas will forgive. They are very nice people. So they will forgive. So that is the only way to get out of this offense. No other method will work. Right? So this is about rectify. We made, but and we can rectify. Now, how do we avoid committing this so that we don't even commit it in the first place? So the first thing is, it is called finding good nature, and I have taken most of these from His Holiness Mahanidhi Swami's write up on 10 offenses. So he says that the first one is to cultivate the finding good nature. What does it mean? Look at the good qualities of others rather than looking at the negative qualities of others. Now, everyone has good qualities. Even a stopped clock gives right time twice a day. Right? Right? So everyone has good qualities. All that we have to do is to develop those eyes who can see the good qualities and not the negative qualities. So if you don't even see the negative qualities, why will you even criticize? So find that, develop that eyesight, that vision. The second thing is, remember that phrase, every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Saints, two saints, I'll give you, Valmiki and Mrigari. Valmiki was a dacoit, Mrigari was a hunter. And every sinner has a future, Ajamil and Jagai and Midhai. So always remember this, that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. And the third thing is to remember to see Krishna everywhere. Krishna in the heart of everyone. And remember, it is through Krishna's approval that they are performing that action. So once you do that, you will obviously stop criticizing. Right? So that is how we should avoid performing the first offense of criticizing Vaishnavas. Shachi Mata, who is the mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, her elder son, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the younger son. Elder son, his name was Vishwarup. He had left home to become a sannyasi. And Shachi Mata always had this in mind that Advaita Acharya, when we chant that mantra, Advaita Acharya is there. She always had this in mind that it is because of Advaita Acharya that my son has taken sannyas. And she used to be unhappy with that. She even used to go and say that you are not Advait, you are Dvait. You are full of duplicity, you are full of Maya. She used to go to that extent. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know of this, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is distributing the love of God freely to everyone, he refused to give it to his own mother. That you have performed aprad for Advaita Acharya, you will not get it. Then her mother pleadingly asked what to do. And he said, you have to apply the dust from the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya on your head in order to get out of this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu telling this to his own mother. Right? That is the power of this offense. That if you perform this offense, you will not get the holy name. None of us will get that holy name. So that is what we have to remember. The first offense, which we have to always be very, very careful. Develop good nature, always finding good qualities in others. Remember, every sinner has a past, every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. And remember to see Krishna so that we don't even perform it, and by chance if it happens, beg forgiveness from the same Vaishnava. Right? So that's the first offense. The second offense, which is to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the names of Lord Vishnu. We have covered several shlokas in Bhagavad Gita on this, right? Krishna has used words like Alpamedasam and all those in Bhagavad Gita. Now, and again, Padma Puran, it says, Shivasya Shri Vishnu Iha Guna Namadi Sakalam Dhiya Bhinnam Pashet Sakhalun Hari Nam Ahita Kara. So, anyone who considers Shivji as equal to then he is often Nam Ahit. He's offending the holy name of the Lord. So this again, this offense comes from Pad Puran. All the offenses are coming from Pad Puran only, right? So this is the message that we should never consider any of the devatas or demigods as equal to or independent of Lord Krishna. There is a slight corollary to that is that we can also make a mistake of thinking that holy name and the Lord are different. Never make that mistake. Holy name and Lord are same. uh, Whenever we are thinking of Krishna, then we cannot think of anyone else. When we are thinking of anyone else, we are not thinking of Krishna. And whenever we are talk only in the case of holy name, that whenever we are taking holy name or thinking of holy name, we are thinking of Krishna. So please remember that there is holy name and Krishna are non-different. What is that verse? Kali Kale Nam Roop Krishna Avatar. In Kali, Krishna has taken avatar in his name. Kali Kale Nam Roop Krishna Avatar. The offense which is being talked about here is that we are equating Devtas with Krishna. Now tell me, what are the differences between demigods and Krishna? Anything you remember? Of the Lord. Yes. What are and demigods are Vishnu Tattvas? What are they? Jiva Tattvas. Shivji is Shiv Tattva. He has his own category. Other than Shivji, everyone else is Jiva Tattva. And then there is Vishnu Tattva. So Lord is Vishnu Tattva, then Shiv Tattva, then Jiva Tattva. So that is first difference. The second difference is that Krishna is independent, whereas everyone is dependent on him. And we should be convinced that just by worshipping Krishna, we will get everything. And that is why at some point of time, we should read Brahma Samhita. Brahma Samhita are the prayers by Brahmaji, where every prayer he is describing how all the demigods are praying to Krishna for the power, for benediction. Everyone is praying to Krishna for that. So we should at some point of time read Brahma Samhita also. Maybe if we have time, we'll do it in our classes itself. Otherwise, you can just Google Brahma Samhita kksongs.org and then read the translation. In fact, whenever we do Abhishekam, Brahma is giving the same message. Brahma is giving the same message. Yes. And so his entire compilation of Brahmaji is called Brahma Samhita. Right? So that's the thing. Now, does this second offense gives us the license to criticize Devatas? Why? Because of the first. Because of the first. First one is because Devatas are Vaishnavas. You can't criticize Vaishnavas. Remember this. You can't violate the first offense. You can't criticize them because Devatas helps us achieve Krishna. They are always there to help us achieve. Gopis, whom were they praying to get Krishna? Anyone remembers from Krishna book or Canto 10? Katyayani. Who is Katyayani? Durga Devi. So the gopis were worshipping Durga Devi for whom? To get Krishna as their husband. Katyayani Vrata. Yes, Mataji, absolutely. What was the desire? To get Krishna. Not the desire to get money and all those things. It is to desire to get Krishna. Because demigods and devtas and devis are very happy when this is our desire. In fact, who? Goda Devi. Okay.
And she got Vishnu as a.
Oh, okay. Hari Bol. Yes. So similarly for Lord Shiva, we should pray to Lord Shiva to to remove all our false ego, our anxiety, and help us achieve Krishna. The mistake we make is we pray to Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu for money and all those things. That is wrong. We should be praying to Lord Shiva to help us get Krishna. In fact, in Vrindavan or in fact, there are many of the places where there are important Vishnu temples. Lord Shiva will be there as the protector of that place. He's called Dikpal or Kshetrapal. Kshetrapal or Dikpal. He will be there for protecting that land. In fact, I have noted in Vrindavan, there is Gopeshwar Mahadev. He is protecting Ras Leela Sthali. No one can enter that without his permission. Kameshwar Mahadev, he is protecting Kamevan. Bhuteshwar Mahadev, he is protecting Mathura. Chakleshwar Mahadev, he is protecting Govardhan. Nandeshwar Mahadev, he is protecting Nandgaon. So wherever there are important places for Krishna, Lord Shiva is around to protect that place.
Asked this question
Uh-huh.
about Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu, and that time he was explaining, and he told every stall where Lord Krishna is there, like how you explain now, Lord Shiva is present there, and only through his permission we can get in.
Yes, that is correct. We need the permission of Lord Shiva to get to that place. That is the right method.
Even in Puri Jagannath temple,
There is, what is the name which was being discussed today? Tell me. Today only someone was telling it.
that Linga is there.
Yes.
The jewels will go from there.
Yes.
Lokeshwar.
Yes, you're right. Today only I heard that. That and because this Puri Yatra is being planned, so the first stop is Lord Shiva's temple. I don't remember the name, but first, Bhubaneswar, between Bhubaneswar and Puri, somewhere. Somewhere you have to stop there, take permission. Maybe we have to, and then get into Puri. So that is, so Lord Shiva is there. So the right way to worship the demigods is, right way to pray to demigods is, devtas is, to take their blessings to get Krishna. That's the right way to do that.
Prabhuji, when they switch on the light, you can see all snakes, scorpions, everything moving. Then, if we ask to that Panditji, they will say that Shiva told that all, not only you are not my devotees, these living entities also my devotees. That's why I'm speaking here. Once in Shivaratri time, they will clean all the things.
Okay.
That's everything they will clean.
Okay.
And that day only they will leave, enter that cave, something it is.
This is where?
Puri.
Puri. Okay. Fair enough. So if any one of you are going there, whoever is going, you will get the opportunity to see that. Right. So the message here is that we should not disrespect devatas. We should take their help to achieve Krishna, but never make the mistake of thinking that they are equal to or independent of Lord Krishna. So that's the second thing which we should always remember. So today we have time for only two. We'll continue with the next class. We'll pick up another two or three in the next class. Hare Krishna. Okay, so any clarifications, doubts in these two offenses?
Independent means they are part of Krishna.
Yes, they are part and parcel of Krishna. Yes.